Hello boxing fans, this is Ben here with another prediction. Manny Pacquiao versus Antonio Margarito. This is for the WBC vacant light middleweight title, albeit it's for the catch weight, not quite at the light middleweight limit, but you know, shouldn't make too much of a difference. Now this is deemed as the biggest fight of the year. Certainly probably be the most money grossing fight, taking place in Texas, in the US, Dallas Cowboy Stadium, and I'm taking Manny Pacquiao to win a points decision. What I believe is going to happen in the fight is that in the early rounds, Margarito tends to be a slow starter. You see that in a lot of his fights. If you look at his fight with Paul Williams, he lost probably the first 7 rounds, and that cost him the fight. If you look towards the end of that fight, Margarito really put the pressure on Williams, and he got a good 5 rounds there, or roughly. So that it became a close fight in the end, although Williams rightly was given the verdict. Also against Miguel Cotto, Margarito started off slow. Cotto was boxing very well. I know that's a controversial fight, but if we look at it, assuming that nothing untoward went on, we saw that Margarito stepped up in the second half of the fight, really put the pressure on Cotto and got the stoppage. He looked absolutely shite against Shane Mosley. Mosley knocked him out. But there's a lot of things going on there. The hand wraps, being distracted by that in the last minute just before you go in the ring. Also, apparently he had to lose a lot of weight in training prior to the fight. He wasn't training 100%. I'm not taking anything away from Mosley, who's one of my favourite fighters, and brutally knocked him out brilliantly, which I quite enjoyed actually. But in this fight, I see a similar pattern. I see Margarito starting slowly, Pacquiao throwing a lot of punches, which is what he does. But Margarito will be coming forward. Expect him to take a lot of those shots. Don't, fall for this. Pacquiao's going to steamroller Margarito and knock him out. This is a guy with a great chin, despite the Mosley knockout. And, he'll be, whilst he's walking forward, taking shots, he'll be throwing in shots of himself, uppercuts, body shots particularly, which I believe later in the fight is going to play a part and make this very exciting. Expect after the first half of the fight Pacquiao to be up, maybe something like 5 rounds to 1. But in the second half of the fight, I believe Margarito is going to put a lot of pressure on Pacquiao, and body shots will be telling. We see, that cuts could play a part in this fight. Pacquiao has been cut in quite a lot of his fights. I know recently he's been steamrolling his opponents. But if you go back, you look at the Morales first fight, you look at the Marquez second fight, and look how bruised up he was against Joshua Clottey. He was hit with a lot of uppercuts in that. Well, I say a lot of uppercuts. The uppercuts that Clottey threw landed and did some damage. So Margarito is the king of the uppercuts, and it could make the final rounds very interesting. I expect Pacquiao to get a decision, something like 115 to 113, or perhaps even closer. I expect it to be really close, and don't take too much notice of this. Pacquiao's not training properly. He's got Congress on his mind, which he may well have. But Freddie Roach, we've got 2 more weeks to go. Freddie Roach will have him in tip-top shape and 100% focused. And so regardless of whether he's focused or distracted, I still think this will be a very close fight. I'm not basing my viewpoint on the fact that he's distracted by politics. Watching the HBO 24/7 shows, you can see what amazing shape Margarito's in. he's going to be so up for this fight, because this is redemption for him. You know, I'm not saying he deserves this fight. I'm not saying he, he's been hard done by or anything. But in his mind, he's looking for redemption in boxing. He wants his respect back. He wants to prove to people that he's winning without cheating, and that's going to make life very tough for Pacquiao, especially as Margarito truly is a bigger man. I know we said that before about Cotto and Hatton, but Margarito truly is a bigger man, and Pacquiao could feel the weight of that later on in the fight, as I said, when the body shots start taking the toll, when Manny might slow down a little bit. I mean, he doesn't tend to, but he might slow down a little bit. But I'm going for Pacquiao. Let me know your thoughts on the fight. Should be a great card. I mean, there's a good undercard. Kelly Pavlik's fighting as well. Guillermo Rigondel is fighting for, I think it's an interim world title. But I think we're all looking forward to it. So, catch you later.